So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Gwen. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box for the Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech line. We do get the one right there in the front of the box. On the top left says Figure Complex Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech. We do get a cool image of the Spider-Gwen figures. So series number 4, Spider-Gwen and Marvel. And then throughout the entire box we get some very cool comic book type style artwork, and I really dig the way that looks. And then the bottom of the box here has the barcode and blah blah stuff nobody cares about. Then we do get some cool artwork of Spider-Gwen. And then here is the top of the box looking pretty cool. And then here is the one side of it, and it's the same thing as the Spider-Man box. If you guys have that figure, remember what that looks like. And then the other side here, we do get another cool image of the figure there. And then the back of it shows a bunch of awesome poses you can get the figure into, along with her accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at Gwen Stacy. And for those of you that are curious, we don't get any artwork or anything on the sides of the box this time, like how we do with the other figures, but we do get a backdrop with this Spider-Gwen, and we do get some very nice artwork of Spider-Gwen, so very cool that we still get the backdrop with the Amazing Yamaguchi figures. But anyway, continuing on. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think Revoltech really did an outstanding job with the Spider-Gwen. I don't know much about the character, but they really did a great job with the figure. The face sculpt looks great, the eyes are sculpted, then we do get that like pinkish reddish paint going around them, and I like how it like fades into the white, so very good job with that. And the hood looks great, especially the inside of it. We get her webbing on there, and beautiful clean paintwork all throughout this figure, and all the webbing is sculpted. So I do like how they sculpted the webbing and didn't just paint it on there. But the paint, very well done on this figure. The inside of the hood just looks dope. Good job with that. And we do get some sculpted wrinkles on the side, and I love the pearl white that they chose for the secondary color of her costume. Do like these sculpted wrinkles on the sides of the hood there. The back of it, we get like this piece on her back on the torso, which is supposed to be connected to her hood, and then they put a piece right here when you articulate the hood, so it's not just a big gap right there, so I like how they put that on there. The neck looks good. Nice paint with that pink color right on there where it meets the white, and then on the inside of her collar they put more of that webbing, and very clean paint, and they did sculpt the webbing once again, so great job with that. The torso looks good, nice sculpt work around the boobs and everything. We do get a little bit of sculpted wrinkles in between them. Nice sculpt around the midsection there. You could even see like her belly button under her costume there, so I thought that was pretty cool that they added that tiny detail. And then even under her arms we do get that webbing again, and beautiful clean paintwork. The webbing once again is sculpted on there, so great job with that. Same with on the other side. And nice clean paint where the black meets the pearl white on the torso right there, and then same with on the sides, as you can see right there. And then on the back of the figure, nice sculpt throughout the back of Spider-Gwen there, and the paint's nice and clean as well, and nice sculpt around this part also. And we do have a peg insert for her stand, but I couldn't get mine in there, so I don't know if you want to risk it. It was widening the hole, so I don't know if it was going to ruin it or something, so I didn't bother putting the stand in there. The arms look great. The only issue I have is I really don't like the way they look, like at the upper forearm. I think it just looks weird. You know what I mean? I don't know, there's just something off about it, but that is how Revoltech does make their figures. The arms look good though. We do get her webbing. It looks like some of the paint either rubbed off or they didn't fully paint it. I think it might have rubbed off, so be careful with your Spider-Gwen figure. But nice clean paint all throughout it, where the webbing is, where it meets the pink and everything, and I like how the webbing is sculpted once again. Nice clean paint where the pink meets the white there. And then same with on the forearm as well. Very good job with that piece. And I do like what they did with the elbow joints. They made one half of it white to match how the pearl white is on the top of her arm there. And then they made the other half pink because on the bottom part of her arm it is pink. So I do like how they did the elbow joints on this figure. And the forearms look good too. Just some good sculpt work on them. The underwear piece is a separate piece, but nice sculpt on the white here where it meets the black. Nice clean paint on that. And she does have a nice butt on her, if I may say so. The thighs here, nice sculpt all throughout them. The black, I do not think it's painted. I think it's just molded in the color of the plastic, but nice sculpt all throughout the legs, all the way down to the feet there. Not really a big fan of how the knees split apart, but I mean, that's pretty basic for Revoltech, so Can't really complain about that too much, and the joints really stick out far, like holy crap, that's even worse than Figma. But that's how Revoltech joints look around the knees there, especially if you have a character or a figure who has thin legs. And then the feet, good job with the feet there. We do get that like aqua or teal type looking color on the bottom. Kind of looks like she's wearing like slippers or ballet shoes. And then there's the bottom of them. And then where that green color meets the black, nice clean paint all throughout it. So very good job with the paintwork on this figure and the sculpt. I think Revoltech really did an excellent job with this Spider-Gwen, and I don't think I could be any more happy with how the detail turned out on this figure. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of great stuff included with this Spider-Gwen. So we do get a Revoltech stand, of course, which comes in 3 parts. We have the base, the arm, and the clamp. And it does swivel at the bottom, hinges at the bottom, hinges at the middle, hinges at the top, swivels at the clamp, and then the clamps can hinge back and forth. Then we do get 2 extra pieces. So we do get this extended piece here, which doesn't articulate, but you can peg it into the back of the figure. You just peg it into here and it extends the stand a little bit, but I am having trouble getting the peg inserted in the back of the figure because the peg is a little too thick for that peg hole. You're gonna have to either force it in there. I'm afraid you might break it though, or if you know how to make peg holes a little wider, I would suggest do that because I can't get this peg in. And then same with the magnetized one. Same thing we got with the Spider-Man. It is on a ball joint so you can move it all around, so I do like how you can do that, and it does connect onto anything metal. But this I'm having trouble getting into her peg hole as well because the peg is a lot more thicker compared to her peg insert. So that is a little minor issue with the figure. Unless you know how to make peg holes wider, I would suggest do it in a way where you won't break any of the pegs for the stand here. So we do get the stand and the extra pieces, and then we also get 4 interchangeable faces. So we do get 3 masked faces, then we do get 1 unmasked face. So we do get this one on the left that comes on the figure out of the packaging, which is her regular masked face here. And very nice paint and sculpt all throughout this one. I do love the pearl white that they chose for this figure, so we do get that one. And then we do get the angry squinted eyes masked face here, and they did a very good job with this one as well. This is probably my favorite out of all 4 of them, but very nice paint and sculpt all throughout that one. And then finally for the masked faces, we do get this one here where her right eye is opened really wide and the left one's just normal. So very good job with the paint and sculpt on this one. And I do like how they included this masked face with this Spider-Gwen. So we do get those 3 masked ones. Then we do get the unmasked interchangeable face. And very nice paint and sculpt all throughout this one. I love the color paint that they chose for her hair. Nice sculpt all throughout the hair. We do get her black headband in there. And very nice paint and sculpt on the face right there. I love the paintwork around the eyes. And the way you interchange her faces, all of them have this little peg in the top in the middle right there, as you can see. And it's very simple to take the faces off and put them on. As you can see, that's where you would peg it in right there. All you do is just push it in, and then there you go, as simple as that. When you want to take them off, if it's the masked faces, you got to pull from the chin, but the unmasked one, you just pull from her hair and they pop off very easily. So we do get those 4 interchangeable faces, and then we also get 3 different types of webs. So we do get this one here, which is meant for her whipping hand, just like with the Spider-Man figure. As you can see, the clear peg right there, which you peg into the palm of her whipping hand, but very nice sculpt and paint all throughout the webbing right there. And as you can see, we do have the peg insert right on the palm of her whipping hand, so that's the one you would peg this web into. So we do get that one. Then we do get this web here, which is pretty cool looking. I like her webbing because it's more unique compared to the Spider-Man figure we got in the line. And this one, very nice sculpt and paint all throughout the webbing. Then we do have the clear peg right there on the end, and these are meant for her fists. Just like with the Spider-Man figure, she has a peg insert on the top of her hand right there. So we do get this webbing here, and then finally we get my favorite out of all 3 of them, which is the like spiral type looking webbing. And this thing looks dope. I love the sculpt of it, and very nice paint all throughout it, as well as you can see the clear peg right there. And these are meant for her fists as well. And if you have the Spider-Man figure, you can use all of Spider-Gwen's webbing with Spider-Man, and you can use all of Spider-Man's webbing with Spider-Gwen, because all the clear pegs are all the same size. And I like when figure companies do that, when you could use other accessories with other figures in the figure line. So we do get those 3 webs, and then we also get 9 interchangeable hands, and then we do get her cell phone. And I really like that they included a cell phone with this figure, and it does look like an iPhone to me. And on the screen there says voicemail, Dad. We have the answer and hang up button, but I don't know who she's trying to call, her voicemail or her dad. I guess she can't make up her mind. And then the back there is pretty plain. We do have a little bit of sculpt work on the top left, I'm guessing for the camera. But very cool little accessory to include with this figure, an iPhone. So we do get that. Then we do get 9 interchangeable hands. We do get a pair of fists, of course. And very nice sculpt on these. I just feel like the thumb looks really weird around this part. It just looks a little too wide. And then we do have the peg insert for the webbing, and then the top of the hands look pretty good. So pretty good job with the fists there, so we do get a pair of those. And then we do get a pair of these open hands, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. These hands are very slippery because of the paint. But very nice paint and sculpt on these, and all the hands are very simple to interchange, and that is always a big plus when it comes to a figure. So we do get a pair of those, and then we do get a pair of whipping hands here. We have the peg insert on the palm there for the whipping web, but very nice sculpt and paint on these. So good job with the whipping hands there. And then we also get 2 types of gripping hands. So the left one here is meant for her to grip onto her cell phone, and it can be a pain in the ass to get her to grip onto it, but with some patience it can be done. But very nice sculpt all throughout the left gripping hand, so we do get that. And then we do get this right gripping hand, which isn't meant for her cell phone. I don't know what it's meant for. I'm guessing maybe for Spider-Man's web, so if you want to put her in a pose where she's hanging upside down, you could have her hold on to this web and do that. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not 100% sure though. So we do get those 2 types of gripping hands, and then finally we get this pointing finger hand. And very nice paint and sculpt on this as well. So those are all the accessories included with Spider-Gwen. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Gwen Stacy. To the top of her head, she's about 5.5 inches tall. Then to the top of her hood, she's around 5 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here she is compared to the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Venom. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Captain America, the SH Figuarts Mark III Iron Man, the SH Figuarts Black Widow, and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Daredevil. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, we do get some great movement with this Spider-Gwen, which is to be expected for Revoltech. Now we do get 2 joints at the neck, and then the hood is also on a hinge, so it does hinge back and forth on its own. So I do like how they were able to add some hood articulation in along with both the neck joints there. Now the upper neck, Spider-Gwen can look up pretty much all the way, and going down she just pretty much looks straight ahead. Then we do get some pretty good pivot at the upper neck there, and then it also swivels. And what I do like, whenever you articulate the upper neck joint, the hood articulates with it. So I do like how they were able to get that into the figure. Now the lower neck joint goes forward a pretty good amount, and then going back it gets hindered by the collar. So with both joints, Spider-Gwen can almost look all the way down, and with both joints she pretty much looks all the way up. And then we do get some really good pivot at the lower neck, and then it also swivels. So great movement at the hood and both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso right under her boobs there. And then with that joint, she crunches forward about that much and then goes back about that much. You can't get it to pivot since it is a Revoltech joint, but it does swivel. Now for the waist here, I really like this point of articulation. Spider-Gwen can crunch forward a really good amount. Very nice forward and back movement there. Better forward though. So with both joints, she crunches forward almost 90 degrees, well pretty much does, and then going back with both joints, she goes back about that much. And then we get some beautiful pivot at the waist there. It's not even needed at the torso. And then we do get some nice swivel as well. Now for the arms here at the shoulders, we do, I do like how the shoulder joints look on her. They're not as bad as the Spider-Man and the Deadpool, but the joint that connects into the torso there, you can get it to swivel, and then it also swivels where the joint connects into the arm, and then they can go up and down. They do go out to the side a lot more than 90 degrees. Now for the elbow here, bends in a little more than 90 degrees, then it does swivel where it connects into the bicep and where it connects into the forearm. Then we have a ball hinge at the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, we have that weird thigh cut joint here with that weird swivel, but we do have a joint that connects to the hip there, and then Spider-Gwen can kick forward with that joint about that much, and then goes to the back, really not much at all, then kicks out to the side about 90 degrees, and then we have that weird swivel at the thigh, just like the Spider-Man figure, but that swivel really makes you able to get these figures in some great poses. Then we have a single joint at the knee here that bends back all the way, and then it does swivel where it connects into the thigh and where it connects into the lower leg there. Now for the ankles here, they do swivel. They hinge up a tiny bit, they hinge all the way down, and then we get some excellent ankle pivot. Bends 90 degrees. That's the best ankle pivot, period. And then we do get a nice toe hinge. So overall, I think we get some excellent articulation with the Spider-Gwen, and you're going to be able to get her in some excellent Spider-Girl, Spider-Gwen type poses. And I'm about to show you some of them right about now if she doesn't fall. Well, she's about to. Oh, she almost did again. Alright, there we go. Let's take a look at some of those pictures. Whoops. But anyway, that is my review of the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Gwen. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I got mine from Agelessgeeks.com, so if you would like to get one for yourself, be sure to head over to that website today. And if you do buy something from Ageless Geeks, don't forget to enter in codename Daredevil, and you'll get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. We do get a cool image of the Spider-Gwen figure, so series number 4, Spider-Gwen, blah-blah-blah-blah, and chippity-chippity-pa. And then we do get some very cool comic book type style chabby, blah, 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 blah. And then here is the bottom of the box with the blah-blah-blah stuff and the barcode that nobody cares about, and we do get and chippity-blah-blah. We don't get anything on the sides of the boxes, what the hell. Pretty cool that we do get another, like, backdrop with another the SH Figure Arts Black Widow and the good schmoush. Damn. Very nice paint sculpt on this one as well. And then, whoops, damn it. But very cool little accessory to include an iPhone. Whoops, I dropped it. This one is meant to grab on to her cell phone, and I can't hold on to these hands. They're very, like, slippery. You bastard! Damn. The regular thwipping one that thwips out of her thwipping hand. How many times am I gonna say thwip? So great movement at the hood and both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation on the